So, it is time for another update on how things are going with my work in progress, Loman Master. So, yeah, I've just got all kinds of feelings going on right now. There's a lot going on in my personal life right now, so that's got me a little crazy. And right now, Loman Master is at 98,535 words and about 77 chapters. Yeah, and I want to say 2 or 3 of those chapters are either not written at all or are incomplete. So I've got a lot to do before I finish my second draft 2.0, and I'm excited, I'm nervous, and I'm also just kind of cringing internally because things with this book are turning out a lot different from In the Line of Rebellion. So, In the Line of Rebellion, I started writing that in like 2018 and didn't finish until basically the beginning of this year. So that was like 7 years for that one book. This year, Loman Master, I started literally writing this December of last year, finished my first draft in, I think it was April, and I'm just diving into it already, so I'm not sure if I've got like a little bit of burnout going here, or if it's just the fact that I'm really nervous about trying to write this and release it to the world. So, Loman Master is a conglomeration of a lot of different stuff. So I mentioned more recent inspiration came from things like the main villain in Vincenzo, also some villain vibes from Daredevil, Wilson Fisk and Vanessa, and then 2 really strong things that have inspired me with this world that I'm writing in, this dystopian world, are weirdly enough Stargate SG-1 and Star Wars. If you know Stargate, please give me a shout out here because I've only met a handful of people who know what that is. So a lot of really interesting influences. And then at the same time, kind of what happened was, I want to say at the end of last year when I was finishing up In the Line of Rebellion, I was just kind of like, what should I work on next? And I had a story that I had finished. It was like the first novel I had ever written, and I really liked it, okay? I was just, really glued to it. It wasn't that good. It needs serious rework, a lot of plot holes, and it's something that I started back when I was, I want to say, 16 or 17 years old, working at McDonald's at the time. And that was like 20-ish years ago, so that dates me right there. But I had some concepts I really liked, and just watching TikToks, a lot of book talk stuff, and then just remembering different stories that I liked creating in my brain when I was a teenager, I was like, well, maybe I will try to give life to some of my crazy teenage thoughts, because some of them were things that I've noticed on Book Talk that people like. So, yeah, that's like one of the big reasons I've been so nervous about this novel, because I'm just like, this is, I feel like even more deeply personal than my debut novel, if that makes any sense. And then the title as well, I was really struggling to come up with a title that I would like. I feel like I'm just absolute rubbish with most titles. Like, In the Line of Rebellion, I've voiced this before, it went through, I don't know how many title changes. I want to say 4 or 5. I always lose count. And what I originally called this storyline that I'm working on does not work. I want to say that I also call it like 1 or 2 different titles. I chose Loman Master for an extremely specific reason. And if all goes well, basically this is going to be minimum a duology, probably more like a trilogy. So yeah, just lots of feelings with this book. And like, on top of all of that, okay, last week was Father's Day. Lots of feelings on Father's Day for me personally. And I found out that my manuscript critique person is no longer critiquing. And I was like, well, shoot. So, I mean, I have an amazing editor. She's going to help me with dev edits now. And I know she'll do an amazing job. She is really good. I love her. And like, when I find somebody, I don't like changing people. Very much a creature of habit. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, you know, I am so happy I have my editor. I know she's gonna do this. But I was just like, last Sunday, I was just kind of dying inwardly. It was just rough. So yeah, that's where I am on my work in progress right now. If you're intrigued, please press all the buttons. Please follow. And if you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. And thanks so much for watching.